In this video, I am going to explain how to buy any crypto coin within 2 minutes and also the proper usage of orders programmed on both Binance app and Bybit. The both exchanges share similarity in their apps. Therefore, this should be easy to understand by all their users globally. Welcome back. The first app we will talk about is Binance app. Once you are able to log into your Binance app, then you click Add Fund. There you will be able to add fund into your wallet by the options given. If you get funded externally, you would be able to locate your security added on funding or spot. Take note that you cannot trade futures while you have your fund in spot or funding account, unless you move it to futures account. You will be able to do this by clicking Transfer, then you select the account where your fund is inside first. Select USDT, follows by where you are moving it to. If you have multiple securities like BTC and other crypto coin, you will have to follow this same process. Now let's briefly look into Bybit app as well and how its own deposit works. The app only has two sections, which are funding and unified. Whatever way you use to depositing fund into your Bybit account goes directly into funding, so if you want to either spot trade or trade futures, you will have to transfer the fund into your unified account manually. Moving on, it's time to explain how to use these orders built on the apps. The first one is limit order. Limit order is a command you place to buy or sell a security at your own specific price or better. While a buy limit order is executed at the limit price or lower, a sell limit order is executed at the limit price or higher. Here is an example. I'm placing a buy limit on Bitcoin by setting a command to buy $5 worth if Bitcoin's price hits 50,000 again. If I have some Bitcoin here, I could as well place a sell on it at 250,000 using this same order. Basically, limit orders are used to control the price at which a trade should be executed. The next one is market order. This type of order is executed immediately at the available price in the market. Unlike limit orders, market orders do not guarantee a specific price. It fills your order instantly by the live market's price. The next is stop limit order. This type of order is a combination of stop order and limit. When the market price reaches the stop price, then it activates a limit order, but the price must be within the specified limit order before a trade can be executed. For example, I am wanting to buy $5 worth of Bitcoin at a stop price of 115.5K and my limit price is 115.6K. That is, the highest price I am willing to buy at. If the price of Bitcoin surges to 115.5K or around 115.6K, my order will be filled. But if there are no sellers that are below 115.6K, my order might not be filled. This also applies to selling. The followed one is stop market. This type of order combines the features of both stop and market orders. You buy or sell a stop price, and when the market price crosses the stop price, the order will be filled. For example, the market price of Bitcoin is around 115.26K, so I could place a stop market buy order at 115.27K. This means if the price reaches 115.27K, my order will be triggered. The triggered order will then be executed as a market buy order, buying from sellers at the best available market price of that moment. This process also applies to selling, and this is called trailing stop. It is an automated stop-loss order. It also captures profit, and this is how it works. For example, I have $100 worth of Bitcoin and I set 10%. My trailing stop will be 10% less of $100 or $90. If my asset price rises to $110, my trailing stop would move up to $99, 10% below the new high. In a simpler form of definition, the percent you choose is your stop loss, while it also break even your trade in that percent. OCO, which its full meaning is one cancels the other, is a type of order that simultaneously places two orders, but it is conditional. The condition is when one order is filled, the other cancels automatically. This prevents both orders being executed. For example, if I place a limit order to sell BTC at 116K and a stop order to sell BTC at 115K, if the market price rises to 116K, my limit order will be filled while my stop order gets closed automatically. If the price dips to 115K, the stop order gets filled while my limit order at 116K closed immediately. Bybit has some different orders on their app. Let's check it out. We have explained limit order and market order. What is TPSL? Let's explain. TPSL is a short form of take profit, stop loss. This feature allows a preset of take profit and stop loss level while placing a limit order. For example, if I place a buy limit order on Bitcoin at 113K, I can set my take profit and stop loss and prior to the trade execution. Conditional order is the same as market or limit order. You specify when your order gets triggered. We have explained OCO and trailing stop previously. The next in line is iceberg order. This type of order is used by institutional investors and market makers to execute large trades strategically. For example, an investment fund wants to purchase $20 million worth of Bitcoin. Instead of placing one order that could affect the market or volatilize the price, then they place an iceberg order, breaking the order into smaller units until the total quantity is filled. This is TWAP, which means time-weighted average price. It is a trading strategy that involves dividing a large order into smaller and equal-sized portions over a specified period of time. For example, you can program the algorithm to purchase 5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes for 2 hours instead of buying 5 Bitcoin in 2 hours. A scaled order is a type of strategy which a trader buys or sells an asset in increment and mostly at different price levels. It allows an investors to place order gradually, in a series of smaller trades at specified price levels. For example, buying 4 Bitcoin within the price range of 100K to 105K.
I have explained all the inbuilt features of both Binance and Bybit apps, and by now, you should be able to start trading as a pro trader. If you have a question or maybe you need a live display of how to execute any of the order properly, you can contact through the email address added on the channel's description. See you later.